Welcome to Glorious Botafogo, the only place on the internet that brings you Botafogo news in English. There is some good news coming from Qatar. Apparently, Botafogo and Allan, however you want to say it, apparently they have come into an agreement as far as the length of the contract, the players' wages, arrival date. All of that has been taken care of. So between Botafogo and Allan is good to go. Everything is underway. There's no more what ifs about it. Done deal between the club and the player. Now, the but in all of this is still convincing Alwada to release the player. If Botafogo and Allan signed a contract now, he would only be able to arrive in the middle of the season. So June, July, whatever. I don't remember exactly when that would be, but it would be during the transfer window that happens in the middle of the year. And Allan would come for free. But the club and the player are wanting to come into this agreement now. Allan wants to arrive now. Botafogo wants the player to arrive now. And above all else, the player wants to play at the club. So he is using the good standing that he has with the club to convince them to release. And I think Alwada wants a financial compensation to release Allan early before the end of his contract. And I think it'll be something minor. I don't know if it's true or not, but from what I saw here, on the internet, and you know how everything on the internet is true, that they were asking for a price, and that price was not substantial. It was not substantial whatsoever. And it's substantial to me, but not substantial to a professional sports club. So we will see. I hope that we are able to get Allan now, because it would be very helpful for the player to start the year with the club and get to know his teammates now, rather than coming in halfway through the season and having to adapt with the club already, hitting the ground running. Right now we're just starting to jog. So if he would come in the middle of the season, he would have to sprint alongside his teammates. So we will see what's going to happen there. Botafogo continues to innovate the technology around the Newton Santos Stadium. Not too long ago, the club added QR codes to quicken the lines at the Newton Santos, so the fans, the supporters wouldn't be waiting too long in the lines. But now Botafogo signed a partnership with BC Pass, which is a facial recognition company that will be able to, through an app, be able to recognize your face, that whatever you did in the app gets sent to all of the 90 entrance points that will be at the Newton Santos. Let me just make sure that it is actually 90. Yeah, 96 actually. There are 96 entrance points to the match at the Newton Santos Stadium, and that will be at those points. We'll be able to recognize your face in under 3 seconds if you made the check-in. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I'm assuming that if you made the check-in through the app, it will connect to your account to recognize your face, and that is your ticket. Your face to come into the stadium is now your ticket. So good news for some and bad news for other people, I guess. If you're not in good standing with the club, then I guess that is very bad news for you. But if you're a good citizen and you have no issues with the law or the Newton Santos Stadium, then you will be arriving at the stadium and coming in less than 3 seconds. And how John Texter likes to innovate. John Texter is a future man. Is a man that loves technology and loves to implement those kinds of stuff. So it's a great thing to have with the Newton Santos, a new technology, I believe, for Brazil and the Brasileirão period in stadiums. So very good to innovate and be on the forefront of technologies like that. This Wednesday, Botafogo has its first test of the season. The first match this season is against Madureira in the state championship, the Rio State Championship, which, if you don't know, every state in Brazil has a state tournament that acts like a preseason tournament to the start of the actual tournament. But it's not just a tournament, so you can come in and do whatever. For example, if you don't meet a certain criteria on the state championship, you do not qualify for the Copa do Brasil, which is a big tournament and you want to be in. Because it's a lot of money, it's a lot of prize money if you advance far enough in that competition. Speaking of the tournament, they increased the foreign players' numbers from 5 to 7, which will benefit the club. You know, going from 5 to 7. I think Botafogo right now has 7 foreign players, and Vasco da Gama has 8. They're the 2 teams with the most amount of foreign players in their roster. Chiquinho Soares and Marçal will not be present in the first 3 fixtures of the Carioca 2024 due to a suspension they got last year at the end of the Brasileirão. So those 2 players will not be starting. So most likely it will be the starting team. I'm not sure who Thiago Nunes is choosing to be the starters, but if I had to guess, it would be Gatito in goal with 3 defenders at the back. Probably we're going to be looking at Bastos, Halte, and Barbosa. And then we're looking at Cheche, Danilo, Marlon Freitas maybe, Eduardo with Junior Santos, Victor Sauer, Jefinho, and Chiquinho Soares up front. That is more or less how the team is going to shape up for the first match on Wednesday. So once again, the match will be this Wednesday at 4 p.m. U.S. Central Time, 7 p.m. Brazilian time at the Newton Santos Stadium. There's a few more transfer rumors going on. Botafogo is potentially thinking about signing a center back, a center attacking mid to swap with Eduardo, especially throughout the long season that we're going to have. Botafogo is only looking to sign a striker during this first window if it's a very good market opportunity. I think most likely the club will follow its tradition of getting a more robust forward during the middle of the season transfer window, just like it did in the first year with Chiquinho Soares and then last year with Diego Costa. I made sure to go through Twitter or X one more time just to make sure I didn't miss anything, but that seems to be it for now. That is all of the news today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and make sure if you're watching on X to hit all of the notifications so you can see all of the videos that I'm posting here. This is one of the main hubs for this account. So YouTube, X, and also on Instagram. If you're watching this on Instagram, make sure to like it. Make sure to follow the page as well. And I will see you either Wednesday or Thursday with a post-match video. And then tomorrow night, actually, on Tuesday, I will be with Fala Fogão with Victor and Azambuja. I'm going to be participating on their live stream. It's going to be in Portuguese, but if you happen to watch it, make sure to go on their channel at 10 p.m. Brazilian time, which is 7 p.m. US time. See you there.